You get a job, you earn a paycheck, you pay your bills, and then you repeat that cycle over and over again. And somewhere along the way, you were told this was the plan: work hard, save money, and eventually you'll be fine. But here's the problem. That plan doesn't build wealth, it just keeps you afloat. Because working for money is very different from having money work for you, and most people never make that switch. Let's break down the real reasons, the ones nobody explains clearly. Mistake number 1, trading time for money. When you rely only on your paycheck, your income is limited. You only get paid when you work, and no matter how much you make per hour, there are only so many hours in a day. So even if you increase your income, you're still capped. Wealthy people don't just work for money. They build systems where money works for them. That could be investments, businesses, assets that generate income even when they're not working. But most people never get there because they stay stuck trading time for money. Mistake number 2, saving instead of investing. Saving feels responsible. It feels safe. It feels like you're doing the right thing. But saving alone won't make you rich, because money sitting in a bank account doesn't grow. And over time, inflation reduces its value. So even though your balance stays the same, your buying power goes down. That means you're actually losing money without realizing it. Investing is what changes everything, because investing allows your money to grow on its own, not just once, but continuously. Which brings us to something powerful, something that separates those who build wealth from those who don't: compounding. Compounding is when your money earns money, and then that money earns money again and again. At first it feels slow, almost like nothing is happening, but over time it accelerates, and eventually it becomes exponential. This is why time matters more than almost anything else. Someone who starts early with small amounts can end up with more wealth than someone who starts later with larger amounts. But most people wait. They think they'll start later, when they have more money, more stability, more time, and by the time they do, they've already lost years of growth. Mistake number 3, lifestyle creep. Every time you make more money, you spend more money. Better car, bigger house, more subscriptions, more comfort. And again, none of this feels wrong. It feels like progress. But here's what's really happening. Your expenses rise right alongside your income. So even though you're earning more, you're not building anything. You're just maintaining a more expensive life. This is why people making 6 figures can still feel broke, because their lifestyle expanded faster than their wealth. Mistake number 4, not understanding how money works. Most people were never taught how investing works, how debt works, how wealth is built, so they guess. And guessing with money is expensive. They avoid investing because it feels risky, but they don't realize not investing is even riskier. They take on debt without understanding the long-term cost. They follow advice that isn't designed to help them build wealth. And all of this leads to one outcome: staying stuck. So now that we've covered the problems, let's talk about the solution. Because this is where everything changes. Step 1, spend less than you make. This sounds simple, but it's the foundation of everything. If you don't create a gap between what you earn and what you spend, you'll never have money to grow. Step 2, invest consistently. Not occasionally, not when it feels right. Consistently. Even small amounts over time add up, and more importantly, they compound. Step 3, give it time. This is where most people fail. They want results quickly. But wealth doesn't work that way. It builds slowly, then suddenly. And the people who succeed are the ones who stay consistent long enough to see that growth happen. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. There's no shortcut, no secret formula, no overnight success, just simple principles applied consistently over time. And that's why most people never get rich. Not because it's impossible, but because they never follow the process long enough. But now you know. You understand what most people don't, and that gives you an advantage. So the question is, what are you going to do with it? Because the path to wealth isn't hidden, it's just ignored. Subscribe to Money Stroll for simple money breakdowns that actually make sense.